Olly Alexander's fans have pleaded with the singer to pull out of the Eurovision Song Contest just hours before the UK representative takes to the stage. The former Years and Years singer, 33, has been told it's not too late to do the right thing and boycott Eurovision amid protests outside the Malmö Arena in Sweden regarding Israel's involvement in the competition. Olly's Eurovision stint has been shrouded in controversy due to Israel's participation in the contest amidst ongoing military actions by Benjamin Netanyahu against Palestine. The UK's hopeful, who had previously signed a letter denouncing Israel as an apartheid regime before his December reveal as the UK's contestant, has faced backlash from fans and activists for not pulling out of this year's event. The boycott, divestment, sanctions, BDS, movement, a non-violent Palestinian-led movement promoting boycotts, divestments, and economic sanctions against Israel, have called on Eurovision fans, hosts, performers and workers to boycott this year's contest and urged viewers not to tune in this evening. Olly addressed the calls for him to withdraw in his BBC documentary. The It's a Sin actor sobbed as he discussed the controversy and backlash. Now, just hours ahead of the final, Queers for Palestine have issued one final plea to Olly and asked him to pull out at the last minute in solidarity with the people of Palestine. In an open letter addressed to the UK entry on Instagram, Queers for Palestine, who have been lobbying Olly and other acts to quit for months, told the Dizzy singer, "Can you hear your fans chanting all over Europe for you to do the right thing and boycott Eurovision?" Despite the slogan "United by Music," this Eurovision will forever be remembered as among the most complicit, united by genocide. The organizers, the European Broadcasting Union, @ABU_HQ, are protecting genocidal Israel by refusing to exclude it from the contest, and are instead banning all shows of solidarity for Palestine. Olly, once you take the stage on Saturday there is no going back. We know that the last few months have been a hard time for you. Being asked to sacrifice such a big career moment is no easy choice, and we appreciate the thought you must have put into it. As many of us know, taking a stand can be sincerely challenging, but your community stood with you in opposition to Israel's pinkwashing of genocide with the Voices for London letter you signed. You still have the power to make a difference. We are all looking to you. It continued, "We know you must feel dizzy with the pressure. But we ask one last time, join the millions of us around the world who support Palestinian liberation and are prepared to make sacrifices when necessary and when called upon to do so by oppressed communities." We in Queers for Palestine salute the countless venues and organisers across Britain from Edinburgh to Bristol, London to Brighton and all over Europe, who have cancelled Eurovision screening parties, heeding the call from Palestinians and their own communities, queer and otherwise. They recognize that what they stand to lose is minor in comparison to the genocide being inflicted on Palestinians in Gaza every day. As we write this, Israel is on the verge of invading Rafah, the last designated safe zone in besieged Gaza, after bombing it for days. Whatever glitz and glamour of Eurovision remains, after being so thoroughly tarnished by the ABU's failure to ban apartheid Israel, can only constitute a disgraceful art-washing and pink-washing of genocide. You should have no part in it, as we believe you recognize. The plea concluded, "Olly, as a beloved queer icon you have substantial influence. As drag queen at crystal.will.c.u. Now said on BBC Newsnight yesterday to all of us, this is something you can do. Boycott. We will be boycotting Eurovision until Israel is banned. You can still join us. You will be rich in our love and admiration, and in your heart for having done the right thing. Fans flooded the comment section with their own pleas to Olly, with one telling the star, Olly Alexander, what's more important, a performance, or the lives of millions? Olly Alexander, you know the right thing to do, please have the courage to make a stand, another added, with a third begging, Olly Alexander, don't sacrifice your integrity for mainstream financial gain. Stand with your queer community in solidarity with Palestine. In a show of support for Palestinian people last October, Olly called for a halt to the hostilities between Israel and Hamas, the governing authority in Gaza. A letter from LGBT group Voices for London, which Olly endorsed, labelled Israel as an apartheid regime accused of attempting to ethnically cleanse Palestinian territories. Despite mounting pressure to join the BDS movement's boycott over Israel's role in Eurovision, Olly now refers to the conflict as an incredibly complicated political situation, one that I'm not qualified to speak on. In the BBC documentary Olly Alexander's Road to Eurovision 24, an emotional Alexander responded to the criticism and justified his decision to ignore the boycott calls. The star of It's a Sin expressed his distress during the documentary, saying, "A lot of the contestants and myself have been having a lot of comments that are like you are complicit in a genocide by taking part in Eurovision, which is quite extreme. It's very extreme, visibly affected by the comments. I understand where that sentiment is coming from, but I think it's not correct." He continued. He went on to say, "It's an incredibly complicated political situation, one that I'm not qualified to speak on. The backdrop to this is actual immense suffering. It's a humanitarian crisis, a war. It just so happens there's a song contest going on at the same time that I'm a part of." Follow Mirror Celebs on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.